Hello, let me discuss to you about the Lepidopterus salmones. This is commonly known as the salmon louse. It is a parasitic copepod that affects salmon species. Especially Atlantic salmon, it is one of the most significant parasites in the aquaculture industry due to the damage it causes to farm and wild fish population. This organism lives in marine, like saltwater, environments, and it is particularly common in regions with intensive salmon farming such as in Norway, Scotland, Canada, and lastly, the Chile. Then, of course, the morphology. The salmon louse is a small crustacean, typically 8 to 12 millimeters long when fully grown. The body has a shield-like cephalothorax for protection, a specialized hooks and section structure that allow it to attach firmly to the fish, a long flexible abdomen for the movement of the mouth parts, adapted to feeding on mucus, skin, and blood. The females are larger than males and can be recognized by two egg strings attached to the other bodies. Okay, let's move on, guys. Since we are done in the morphology, then let's proceed to the life cycle of Lepidopterus salmones. And in Lepidopterus salmones, of course, we have the 8 stages, but I give 5 stages only, which is the most common right now. And the first one, which is the Nauplius. Nauplius, it is a free-swimming larvae of the stage. It is a drifting in the seawater. And the copepodid stage, this is the infective stage of the larvae actively search for the salmon host. Okay, after that, the Chalimus 1 and 2, the parasite attached to the fish using a frontal filament and begins feeding. And after the Chalimus or Calimus, the pre-adult 1 and 2, the louse becomes more mobile and feeds more aggressively. So, all of that in number 5, which is the adult stage, it is the fully developed parasite capable of moving around the host and reproducing. Then, the entire cycle can be completed in 5 to 8 weeks depending on the water temperature, or warmer water speeds up development, increasing a infection pressure. So, that's the life cycle of the Lepidopterus salmones. The host range of Lepidopterus salmones are the salmonid fish only, especially like the Atlantic salmon, Pacific salmon, and a sea trout. And the parasites struggle to survive on non-salmon species, making it highly specialized. And the mode of transmission, Lepidopterus salmones, spreads when free swimming of larvae attached to salmon. And the transmission is higher in dense forms like warm water and areas near in a wild salmon migration routes. Then the clinical signs and symptoms, if you ever encountered this one, are the infected salmon may have skin wounds, fin damage, excessive mucus, stress, reduced of feeding of anemia, and secondary infections. It is a severe infestations, especially in a young salmon, can be fatal. Then diagnosis, it is detected if visual checks, parasite counts, and microscopic identification of early stage of the larvae. Then, what is the treatment of these infections or diagnosis? Then, it includes a chemical baths or medications, the non-chemical removal of the freshwater, cleaner fish, lasers, and the management strategies like following a lowering stocking and coordinated of the farm treatments. And the prevention of One Health approach, like you should focus by monitoring of the water, reducing from farm density or separating farm and wild salmon, improving its sanitation and rotating its treatments to maintain fish and environmental health. And remember guys, the importance of this in aquaculture. Lepidopterus salmonis is a major problem in salmon farming because it is affecting fish welfare, growth, like this one is the survival, production cost, and wild salmon population, make it control through a global priority. That's why they put a One Health approach to make it sure that the salmons are healthy. Yan. And that's all.